I will explain why, because although in the slide I say that it's no good for marriage for next year, this is some old folks saying lah. I'm going to explain why it is an old folks saying that next year is not that ideal for marriage. So that doesn't mean that cannot marry. It's just that the energy is not that conducive for marriages lah, which I will explain later lah. So you make your own conclusion whether you should or shouldn't. Good afternoon, Fiona. Good afternoon, Eileen. Okay, it's 2 p.m. I know there are some more coming in very soon. Some will be a bit late, but never mind. We'll get it started. We'll get slowly so that they can come in and then not miss that much. Okay, let's get started. Now it's 2:01. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this annual I Ching seminar for 2023. So far, it has been a year, and usually I'll hold this kind of seminar just at the end of the year before the new year. Why? Basically, because so that you have enough time to listen to what I'm about to share with you. You draw your own insights and then see what you need to prepare for the new year, so that during the spring cleaning, at least you know what you need to do during the spring cleaning, so that you can prepare the whole house energy for 2023. Yeah. Okay, let me go to my slides. Where's my slides? Okay. Okay, so before I start, there's some admin instructions here. Basically, there are three. Number one, all of you will be muted. Okay, so except for the speaker, which is me. Unless you're invited up on stage, then you can unmute yourself. Right? So this is number one. Number two, the entire session will be recorded, so that after this seminar, the videos will be sent for processing. And once they're ready, they'll be uploaded to the portal, so that you can log in and watch over and over again. Okay, and then for those part that you miss out, or you don't understand, or you can't remember, you can log in and watch again. Yeah, that's point number two. Number three, the chat box is on the right side of the screen. So if you have any questions, opinion, comments, anything else, just type into that chat box, consolidate all into the chat box now. So I will just be reading the chat box now. Yeah. So for your questions, I will try to address them on the spot. If not, sometimes I may hold them back a little while at the more appropriate time. Then I'll bring them up and address them. Now, in case I forget or I miss out on your question, feel free to remind me. Okay, feel free to remind me. I do forget or I do miss out sometimes. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So let's move on. So let me ask you a very quick question. Just feel free to type into the chat box. Who find these 3 years, that means 2020, 2021, and so far up to now 2022, find these 3 years tough and challenging? That's type in the chat box. Is it enjoyable, very good years, or very challenging years, very bad year for me, or what? Different people will have different answers. So far, just share with the group here. Kok Kyong say very tiring. Okay, very tiring. All right, very tiring. Yeah. Okay. In some industry, in some of the works that you're in, I'm sure you're, for example, in the healthcare one, I'm sure you're very tiring. So if say good and good, very good. Not only good, it's good and good. Okay, very good. Anyone else want to share? How you find these 3 years, 2020, 2021, 2022? Okay, 2020 was the start of COVID-19. Philip said tough, challenging, but rewarding. Very good. Okay, tough, challenging, never mind. At the end of the day, rewarding. Okay, so what else can we say, right? So it's like running marathon. Indeed, since 2020, I think we are at the fifth gear, sixth gear. Tin Seng say challenging. Very good. So for me, I think I feel more like Eve like that. Eve say good and good. So for me, I feel that it's good and good and good. Andrew said years of beneficial changes. Very good. Okay, so Andrew saw these 3 years very beneficial, brought about changes which are good one for him. Fiona say 2020 easy, 21 good, 22 good changes. Very good. So getting better and better and better, right? So very good. Paul say work from home is good, but looking ahead, I feel the best has yet to come. Very good. All right. So let's look at the brighter side, because everything, every situation, there's always two sides, the yin side and the yang side. Yeah. So today, my message to you, my whatever I'm sharing is a bit more on the yin side, but then I'm going to show you how we can flip it over and look at the brighter side. And brighter side is where we want to focus on. Okay, so having said that, yeah, we noted 2020, 2021, 2022 weren't that good years because there are a lot of challenges. Good afternoon, Hotley. Just in time. Okay, but then there are some people, there are some organizations that benefited a lot from these 3 years. Let me share with you offhand. These are the few organizations that I can think of that they benefited from the 3 years. For example, GrabFood, Food Panda, Pfizer, and Pfizer related kind of industry, yeah, and also Zoom, right? Or Zoom equivalent kind of organization or niches or industry, they benefited from these 3 years. So not only organization, many of my clients also enjoy or benefited from these 3 years as well. Okay, so just to give some examples, for example, way back to 2020, for example, I have a client get promoted, and no, my client's husband, yeah, my client's husband get promoted, and then recognition in his job. That was in 2020 when I did feng shui for their house. And then in 2021, someone else promoted to senior manager, even though, we have job cards and pay freeze and promotion freeze, we still got people promoted in some other niches. Yeah. And then business owners. Okay. Like for example, this one. Okay. 2021, the sales crazy. Okay. Better than 2020, right? And then in the end of we say 西北夸张 the annual income for them. Okay, so even in 22 this year, we see people getting promotion. We also see that my wife promoted also. So this is what people are enjoying also. So that means in every situation, whether it looks dim or not dim, there's always a brighter side that we can always look at. Now is how can we prepare ourselves for the brighter side, right? So in that sense, because you are here right now, can I assume you are interested to know more about 2023, I mean the next year, and how you can ride the wave to scale greater heights like that those organizations that I show you and those clients that examples that I've shown you also. Okay, type yes in the chat box if you are. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Din Seng. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Alan. Okay, I'm sure you are. Otherwise, you won't be here with me today. Yeah? Okay, so what I have prepared for you for this 3-hour seminar. Thank you, Eamon. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Kun Yong. Okay, these are the 4 main modules for today's seminar. Number 1, let's flashback 2022. I know 2022, we still got 2 more months to go. Practically speaking, actually, there are, I think about 3 months plus to go before Li Chun comes in. So, but let's flash back. Last year, I mentioned something about what might happen in 2022. And let's flash back and stock take whether all those things that I mentioned, did it come to pass? Yeah, that's number 1. Number 2, we can go forward and say what would be the energetic outlook for next year, 2023. Okay, number 3, module 3, I'll show you how to create the sanctuary for 2023. Sanctuary, basically, you can call it as sweet spot lah, or you can call it as the protection spot lah, whatever, in your house, so that you protect yourself, protect your family members for the new year. Okay, next year will be quite disorderly in some sense, right? So we better protect ourselves. And last but not least, module 4, which I think everyone is looking out for, is how to set up your wealth formation for 2023. I think this is important because next year is going to be very tough to for money making. Okay, very tough for money making. I put in generic term, very tough for money making. So therefore, we need to turn on our tap if we can. Okay, but I'm going to show you how, right? In this seminar later on. Yeah. Okay. Then after that, stay with me all the way to the end, because after that, at the end of this seminar, we're going to have lucky draws. I prepared some attractive prizes for you all to win. So stay with me all the way to the end. Yeah. Okay, Ken. So basically, this is what you can expect from this today's seminar. So once again, welcome to this seminar. My name is Kun Leong, Yo Kun Leong. In case some of you don't know me or first time attending my workshops, seminar like this, just a brief introduction about myself. I'm a life coach, I'm an eating trainer, and I'm also an author of several ebooks. Yeah, I've spent the past 10 years helping people achieve positive and transformative change through the power of life coaching. Of course, the tools that I use are all eating infused skills and techniques and tools. Okay, so these are all my life tools that I use to help people. So, what I call that? My personal mission is to help make a positive difference in people's life every day. Okay, and at the same time, make eating easy and practical so that anyone can understand and anyone can use it in their life, and then they get to enjoy the benefits of eating. That's like what it has done for me and many others who have also learned eating. Okay, I didn't say challenging and tiring, yet see the rewards. Very good. Okay, very good. Thank you, Aline, for sharing. If say, Master, if tough can go in investment now, not, let me tell you, okay? Let me later, we talk about that, then you see what's your insight, okay? We'll talk on that later on. Now it's good to enter as price is low, how you see. Okay, we'll talk about that, yeah? Okay, so every time I start a class or seminar like this, I have two rules, two house rules. Number one, don't believe a thing I say, especially for this seminar. Why? Because what I'm going to share with you are all my insights reading the energies for next year. Everyone looking at the same energies may have a slightly different interpretation of the energies that's at play. Okay, so I have my own interpretation and I'm going to share with you today. So, like I said, don't believe a thing I say. You listen to me, you use your own what I call that own logic to go and evaluate what I say, and then draw your own insights. And when you have insights, act on those insights. You see transformative change for you. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, learn with a set. Okay, learn with a growth mindset. You won't know what's going to happen next year. I also won't know what's going to happen next year, but I'm just drawing inference from what I'm reading the energies for next year. Okay, so let's us learn from each other. So it'll be good if every one of you, when you have insights or when you have opinions or comments, feel free to type in the chat box. We can discuss about that. That's like what Eve said just now. Can we go into investment? You know, now the price is low. So how do we see? Okay, so we'll talk about that now. So feel free to type in your questions and comments and yeah, what else? Yeah, is that okay? Disclaimer. At the end of today's seminar, the level of understanding, you know, the level of success will differ from person to person. Why? Because number one, your level of understanding of the various fundamentals, concepts, and techniques mentioned. Number two, your circle of competence in the subject matter. For example, if you're talking about investment, if you don't know anything about investment, then please don't go into investment. You get my point? Okay, so your circle of competence in that subject matter must be there first. If you're in F&B, okay, then your competence is in the F&B. So whatever I'm going to share with you today, try to tie it back to F&B. You know, something like that. If you're in healthcare, tie it back to healthcare. So that is where you have the greatest insights. Is that okay? And then also the time you devote to trying out things that I'm about to share with you. Okay. So having said that, are you all ready to get started? Type a yes in the chat box if you are.